Another question about this part, the IELTS. But here we will leave the listening section to the speaking section. The question says, what type of things will I have to talk about in the speaking module? Actually, you'll not be asked about something you don't have any experience about. So you will not be asked about anything that needs background information. Instead, you will be asked about something that relates to general experiences. So it's not a good idea to memorize answers before you go there, even if you expect the questions before you go. Because this is not good, as you may address the question with another answer that is not right. Also, you have to know that you can ask the examiner to repeat a question or even clarify a word that you didn't hear in the question in the first time. Still in the speaking section. In number 9, the question is, will I have any time to prepare my speaking answers? As you know, in the speaking you have 3 sections. Only in section 2 or part 2 of the speaking module you can prepare for your answer. You will be given a paper and a pencil, and the examiner will ask you to prepare for your answer in just 1 minute. You can also refer to your answers from the notes you took, but don't forget you have to look at the examiner as much as possible, because of the eye contact also is evaluated during this exam. Some people ask, what criteria are my speaking answers based on? Actually, you have to know that your English communication ability is evaluated in 2 ways. The first thing is fluency and coherence. That means that they will evaluate your content, your delivery, and your organization. And the second thing is the language use, which means that they will evaluate your vocabulary, your grammar, and your pronunciation. After the exam, after the test or the IELTS test, you need to know how will you find out about your IELTS report. Actually, it's very easy. You will receive a report card after or within 2 weeks, and in this report card you will find out about the overall band score, and also you will have a breakdown of the scores or the band scores of the 4 separate sections. Also, you have to know that you will or you can design it up to 5 institutions, agencies, or places to receive your report card form. If you need more than this, a payment of $10 per form can be paid just to receive extra forms of your report card of the IELTS. The question here comes, will I find my report card including marks? Actually, no. We have a band score in IELTS. So what is a band? In IELTS, you cannot pass or fail. But what is the way they scale or measure my abilities? They measure your abilities by something which is called a band. A band is the level of ability. In each section, you can score a band of 0, which means that you are a non-user, to a band of 9, which means that you are an expert user. In the listening and reading modules, for example, each correct answer is given a mark, and then this mark is converted into a band with a convergent table. At the end of the exam or the test, an overall band score is an average of all the band scores of the 4 sections. So now the question, how can I interpret a band score? If I see the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 9, how can I know what does it mean? I will draw now a table here that will answer this question. As a candidate, how can I interpret my band score? Actually, I draw this chart just to tell you how to interpret your band score. Let's go from up to down. If you get a band score of 9, this means that you are an expert user. And an expert user has a fully command of the language, or a fully operational command of the language, with no mistakes in everything. If you get a band score of 8, this means that you are a very good user. In this case, you are a fully operational command of, or has a fully operational command of language, but with some occasional inaccuracies. If you get 7, this means that you are a good user, and this means also that you have an operational command of the language, but not fully like 8, 9, and 8, with a little bit many inaccuracies. In number 6 means that you are a competent user, and this means that you have a kind of partial command of the language, with a little bit more inaccuracies than 7, 8, and 9. 5 means that you are a modest user, and this means that you are somehow a person who understands and conveys the basic information of the language. 4 and 3 are limited users and extremely limited users, and this means that you have just the basic information of the language. Intermediate user, if you get a band score of 2, and this means that your basic information are too little, that you didn't know how to deal with the exam. The last thing is 1, and this means that you are a non-user, you don't have even the essential information or the basic information of the language. 0 means that you didn't attempt the test from the beginning, and we have no information about the candidate. This is the last question of my video today. See you soon. Goodbye.